Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Next concept, object as function arguments. And in our object as function arguments, here two important concepts are there. One is pass by value, call by value, pass by reference, call by reference. In our pass by value, or we can say as the call by value, the copy of entire object is passed to the function. Whatever the objects are there, arguments are there, that is going to pass to calling function to the called function. And in our pass by reference or call by reference, only the address of the object is transferred to the function. Here, whatever the entire object is there, going to pass from calling function to the called function, but in our pass by reference, only address of the object is passed to the called function. We know that the meaning of pass by value, call by value. When calling function called the function, why? Because here two functions are there. One is calling, second one is the called. So, calling function called the function, that is called as when function is called, the copy of actual parameter value. Whatever the arguments are there in our calling function, that is passing to the called function. Okay? The copy of actual parameter value is passed to the called function. This method of passing arguments from calling function to the called function is called as pass by value or call by value. Clear to everyone? That means the calling function called the function. So, call as when function is called, the copy of actual parameter value, the copy of entire object is passed to the second function, that is called as called function. So, the method of passing object or arguments from calling function to the called function is known or called as pass by value or call by value. Now, where is our arguments? That means it's with our called function. So, the parameter that receive the copy of the value of actual argument is called as reference parameter. Clear this point here? What about the reference parameter here? Why? Because we know that the calling function already passed arguments to the called function. So, the argument is with our called function, and the parameter, the called function that receive the copy of the value of actual argument is known as our value parameter. Clear this point here? Is known as the value parameter here. So, the value of formal parameter may then change in body of the called function. Maybe they passed arguments a and b. Maybe while going to take in our called function, if you want, you can use a and b, otherwise change the name of the variable to c and d. Clear this point here? The value of formal parameter may then change in the body of the called function. This will not affect the actual parameter. There is no any changes. What's the value? Maybe if you are using a and b, then no any changes in the value. A value is equal to 10. That means here also the a value is equal to 10 only in called function. If b value is equal to 20, here also the b value is equal to 20. But instead of a and b, if you are using c and d, here also no any changes in the values. What's the value we provided to a? Such value going to accept by c. C is equal to 10, and what's the value for B? That is equal to D is equal to 20 here. So this is about our call by value or the pass by value. So the parameter that receives the copy of the value of actual argument is known as value parameter, and the value of formal parameter may then change in the body of the called function. This will not affect the actual parameter. That means the original value of actual parameter remain unchanged. Clear this point here? This is about our pass by value and the call by value here. And later next one is about our pass by reference and call by reference. Maybe it will be clear, I think, to everyone. Whatever the object is that is transferred, that is from calling function to the called function, and maybe if you are going to take the same variable name or maybe any changes in the name of the variable, there is no any effect in the value. That is about our pass by value, call by value here. Now the pass by reference and call by reference, we know that only address of the object is transferred to the called function. So we can say that when calling function called the function, when function is called, the address of actual parameter is transferred to the formal parameter in our called function using pointers. Correct? No? Here while going to transfer any argument address, we are using the pointers in this case here, or maybe the pointers going to use. So this is the example for the address operator, and this is called as the value operator. So here this operator we are going to use while going to pass any object from one function to the another function. So in this case we can say when function is called, the address of actual parameter value is transferred to the formal parameter in called function using pointers. Okay. So the method of passing the arguments to the called function is known as pass by reference and call by reference. Clear to everyone about our pass by reference and the call by reference here. Now the arguments, that means the address of the object argument, it's with our called function. So the parameter that receive the memory address of the actual argument. Correct, no here? Why? Because we already passed the address of the object to the called function. So the parameter that receive the memory address of the actual argument is known as reference parameter. Why? Because in our call by value, when the calling function passing argument to the called function is known as value parameter, but in our reference, the parameter that receive the memory address of actual argument here known as the reference parameter. And the value of formal parameter, maybe I already said, if you are taking the same, or maybe if you are going to take the different variable name, no any changes in the value. What's the value we provided to AB? Such value going to add it into the C and D here. But in case of the reference, maybe the argument name is A and B, and later words if you are changing the argument name to C and D, maybe there is changes in the value. Maybe A value is equal to D and B value is equal to the C here. Clear this point here? If you are going to change the variable name, if you are accepting the same variable name, no any changes. But if you are going to change the variable name, the value also going to change, interchange in between the variables. So here we can say that the value of formal parameter may then change in the body of the called function. This will affect the actual parameter. That means the value of actual parameter also changes. Okay. So this is some explanation about our call by value and pass by reference here. So we know that. Why? Because let's see, shall we complete one program about our pass by value. So the program to show the object as arguments to the function, we passing some arguments to the function. We know that whatever the program going to start by using header file, IOStream to input and to display the output by using iostream.h, and second header file conio.h. Why? Because for the CLR, SCR, and maybe you are using end line, then we need to use the header file iomini.h. Okay, so maybe 2 or 3 header file depend on you. And second thing, the class, it is a keyword going to declare the class. Class name is the currency. Okay, and after the currency, some member data I want to declare. The member data are rupee, paise and total. So in case you want to declare together, then by using comma total also you can use it. Otherwise separately I have to declare the total, one more variable, that is the total. And if no access specifier is mentioned, then by default rupee, paise, total members are the private. Clear this one? And second thing about the second access specifier, that is the public. And in public I used 2 member function. The first member function name is the get underscore value, and it have some argument, that is R and P. I declared separately by using their data type. So this is called as the declaration of the member function get value with arguments. And second member function display, no any arguments, so void. Okay, and this is called as the end of class definition. And after that, whatever the member function we declared, we know that it going to define after the class, correct? Yeah, outside the class. So the first member function return type is the void. So void, class name is the currency, scope resolution operator, get underscore value, it have 2 argument, int R, int P, but no semicolon is there here. But this is called as the declaration of the member function. This line is called as the definition of the member function. And in definition, we are going to write some code. So opening of the flower bracket, now what's the value we are going to add for R? Such one going to add it to the rupee. Okay. And next one, maybe the P value going to add it to the paise. And later next one, the total. What's the value you are providing to R? Such one going to multiply by 100 plus P, and after the calculation such value going to add it into the variable total. Clear this point here? In our get value, some calculation we completed. That means the R value, if you are taking R value as 100, now the rupee value is equal to 100. P value is equal to 50 paise. That means paise value is equal to 50, and whatever the value we are going to take for R and P, such one going to multiply by 100 and going to add it into the variable total. Opening of the flower bracket, we need to close the flower bracket. This is the calculation for the get value by using the arguments. Okay, why? Because the function, the concept is the object as function arguments. Object as function arguments. Clear this point? The member function have some of the argument that is suitable for the object as function arguments. And later next thing, the second member function, that is called as the display, but no any arguments is there with member function display. So we already declared. Now I want to define. So void return type, class name currency, scope resolution operator, display and void, but no any semicolon. Why? Because this is called as the definition of the member function. Opening of the flower bracket. Now what's the message I want to display as output? Going to write by using member function display. So in our display, cout console output, and message going to display as, if you are taking rupee value as 5, so 5 rupees going to display as message, and 75. Why? Because the output I want to use, I completed the output as 75. So 75 paise it going to display in our output, in our execution. Okay, 5 rupees and 75 paise. Whatever you are going to write by using double quotation, displaying as a message, without double quotation, going to take as a or displaying as a value. And later next one, the converted value. Why? Because already we completed the calculation by using total here by taking the r and p paise multiplied by 100. So see out this second message going to display as converted value, and later next one is the total value after the calculation total. So going to display, so the converted value 575 paise. Why? Because we already taken 5 into 100 500, okay, plus 75. So going to display as the 575, and here I want to display as paise. So the converted value colon 575 paise, opening of the flower bracket, closing of the flower bracket here. And later next one about our main program. Why? Because in main program the object going to access by using the arguments, okay. In this program with the member function we used the argument also, should remember it. So the main program going to start by using int main. First of all I want to declare the objects. So the object name is the C, and going to declare by using their class name. The class name is the currency. The class name is the currency here. So the currency C colon, and after that going to access the member function by using the object with arguments, okay. Accessing the member function with using the arguments. So C dot get underscore value, argument 5 is the R, rupee, 75 is the P, that is called as the paise, and C dot display. Why? Because in our display we already completed some of the calculation. 5 rupees and 75 paise, converted value 575 paise. So because of this reason output going to display I return here, okay. And later next one, closing of flower bracket, but should remember it if you want. Why? Because if you are taking int main, then get ch is there and return 0 you need to write. Clear this one? First of all get ch and after the return 0. So this is the output of the program, that is object as function arguments. And later we know that. Now let us see some of the difference between structure and class. Now what do you know about our structure? Why? Because this structure, it is a class, correct? No, this structure is also a class, because here also we are going to declare some of the members data, many member data we are going to declare here. So structure is a class in this case here, and such structure is defined or declared, we can say that, with the keyword struct, correct? No, why? Because this structure going to declare by using the keyword struct in this case here, and the class, and such class is going to declare with the keyword class. Clear this point here about this one? Why? Because structure is also a class, and here we are going to declare by using the keyword struct, and class, it is also a template from which objects are created, and such one going to declare by using the keyword class in this case here. So this is the difference between our structure and the class. Thank you.